Hey, my name is Allie, and I'm going to be talking about the model of communication that I chose to do. But before I get into that, I'm going to talk a little bit about communication. Before taking this class, I knew of the basis of communication, how texting, talking to someone was communication, but I didn't realize how around me it was. Um, Traffic lights, traffic signs, maps, really all around us is communication, and we really don't realize it unless we really know the true definition of what communication really is. During this class, it's really made me realize how much communication is around us and more inside about communication and how it works. Um, in communication, there's three types of communication. There's verbal communication when you're face to face talking to someone. There's nonverbal communication, which is like facial expressions, hand gestures, or posture. And then there is visual communication, and that's like looking at maps or drawings, road signs. And then within communication, there's internal and external communication. And internal communication means that the info and ideas exchanged within the organization itself. And then, which means it's just inside of the organization, not on the outside. And then you have external communication, which is exchange of info both within the organization and outside the organization. So you have it inside the organization and then outside. So on to models of communication. There's three types of models of communication, and that is linear, interactive, and transactional models of communication. I'm doing my model on the communication between a pacemaker from the actual pacemaker itself to the doctor's office. And if you don't know what a pacemaker is a small device that is implanted. You have surgery to put it in your chest. It helps your heart beat more regularly with a small electric stimulation, and it only works when needed. So if your heart's normal pace, it's not working right now. But if it's going really fast, it starts working. My grandma and granddad both have one, and the reason my grandma needed one because she had AFib, which is atrial fibrillation, which causes your heart to beat really fast. And when she's in AFib, the pacemaker slows her heartbeat down. So I drew my model of communication, and you have the patient that has the pacemaker, and then the signals of the pacemaker get sent to the remote transmitter, which between the patient and the transmitter, there's a transmission feedback, and onto the remote transmitter to the central database, which would be the phone line. Your source of internet would come in there, and to the phone line to the computer, you have an automated analysis of the signals of your heart and how your heart's beating and how fast, and any irregularities, if any of that's happening, they'll know by looking at the signals of your heart. And when it goes to the computer, it will go to your doctor's office so they can see how your heart's beating. But it really helps for people that need slower heartbeat. So this is just how a pacemaker works and how it communicates to get all the way to the doctor's office from being in your heart, which is honestly cool. It's crazy how healthcare works and communication works. So here's my model.